Today I'm going to be demonstrating the chemical reactions behind frying an egg. The materials I'm going to use in this project is a spatula, an egg, a little bit of salt and pepper, because I'm eating this with my breakfast, a little bit of butter, and a gas stove. Now for the chemistry. An egg contains proteins which change when you heat them. Proteins are made of long amino acids. The proteins in an egg, white globular, which means a long protein molecule bill, which is twisted and folded and curled up into a spherical shape. A variety of weak chemical bonds keep the proteins curled up tight as it drifts placidly in the water that surrounds it. These proteins possess a peptide linkage. A peptide linkage contains a carboxyl group symbolized by COOH, combined with a amino group symbolized by NH2. I've turned the pan up to approximately medium and the butter has begun to melt. Now I'm going to crack the egg into the pan. As you can see, the egg has begun to cook. It's white on the outside, but it's still pretty clear around the middle of the egg. It's began to bubble on the outside as well, and it has started the process of cooking. Okay, the white part of the egg is a solution of proteins in water surrounding the yolk of the egg. When you apply heat, you break the weak bonds that keep the proteins together. And then they bounce into each other, they bump around, they bash into the other molecules. And then you break the weak bonds, so they're no longer curled up. The proteins are all over the place, and that is the first step of making it cook. And that's what it turns it white. The whole process is termed denaturization. After enough of the fashioning and bonding of the egg proteins are no longer solitary, they form a bunch of link interconnected proteins in the water, in which two proteins look bonded, is captured and held in the water and the proteins. If you leave the egg at a high temperature for too long, the bonds form and the egg white becomes. And that's the chemistry behind frying an egg. I'm sorry if it was kind of hard to understand me. A lot of the words I found were hard to read. But yeah, that is the egg. Hope I get a good grade.